Welcome, everybody. We got Pete, our general manager here. He is the general manager of Kirby Homes, and where we build custom homes. And we just want to talk a little bit about some of the stuff we're dealing with, going through. The mission of the Home Building and Remodeling Show is to share our experience with the audience to see, what we're going through as home builders, remodelers, contractors, interior designers. And that shared information is something that they can learn from, glean from, and I'm sure that they have some common experiences. So one of the things that we were just talking about right before the show started is we are building a home in Gulf Shores, and so there's some hurdles as a builder before you even start the project, and we talk about pre-construction pretty heavily around here because a lot of homeowners or home build clients don't understand what it takes to get the lot land developed and ready just to build. So one of the things that happened to us where we're on the Alabama Gulf Coast and we have different requirements for our dirt, right? So anytime you build a home, you want to build up a pad, and you cannot use red dirt on the island, is what they say. And we're doing a monolithic pour. Monolithic means that we're doing the pour all in one shot, the footers and the foundation. And so in order for us to do that, anytime here that we do a monolithic pour, we have to have a compaction test, and we also have to get the soil tested as well, right? Not just the...
Correct.
So talk to me about what that looks like. So there's a company, a local company, they are a geotechnical company, and what they do is they actually do they produce a soil report.
Correct.
And so talk to me about what just happened and kind of, as we're going through this build and we're getting approvals and stuff, right? And start with kind of where we are in the build, which is getting ready to break ground, right?
Correct. We're surveyed out, staked out, and before we progressed with monolithic slab, we had a company called Geocon, local company. We actually take a sample of the sand, dirt composition that we're using to build up the slab,
Yep.
and have them test it. What they're looking for are different, basically build up of it as well as the density of it,
Yeah.
just to make sure that it's going to work for the footers and slab
Gotcha.
throughout the build.
And that came from, so our site guy who's going to do our dirt work and our foundation work, he actually had to go get a sample, right?
From the pit. Mm-hmm.
From the pit and bring it to this company so they could run basically a lab report on it. They could test it in the lab. Okay. And the requirement it had to be was
95%.
Okay.
That's for the county. Anywhere in the county of anywhere in Baldwin County is 95% density level.
Okay. And then basically what that means is the sand was approved. It met the density requirement, and now we're going to take that sand and we're going to go use it for our foundation, for our site work and stuff like that, to build up the house pad. Now, is that the end of the soil report or information? What's the next part to that?
So they test in the lab for that, but they also come out to the project once the pad is ready and do a actual
Compaction
test where
Yep.
they actually test how hard that preliminary area is, just to make sure it's adequate for pouring footers and ultimately the slab. So,
Yeah. And so we're sitting here as contractors, as builders, right? And we go through this stuff and you learn. Guess what? You don't build a home until you build your first one, right? So, and we just finished our 13th. Okay. So we're getting there. And we've done plenty of home additions and stuff all before we started building custom homes. So, usually this is all information that people out in the field and project managers and stuff are taking care of. But in Gulf Shores specifically, just because you can't use the harder red dirt, some areas require you to use that sand. And I know me, just as a layman, right? I'm thinking sand. We're about to build a house on top of sand.
Correct.
That's a wild concept. And but we're sitting here and we're talking about compaction test and soil reports, right?
Mm-hmm.
Testing soil and things like that. That it hits home the fact that there's a lot more to building a home than just let me get my construction loan, let me pick a contractor, and let's get this thing going. And luckily, the more you use a company like Geocon and stuff like that, the quicker they'll respond. They know you need help, and you've used them a lot. So luckily, they were able to turn this thing around in a day. Right,
Correct.
It took them a day to test this and stuff like that. But it's a part of our process where if you don't know this stuff, right, if you're not working with the right builder or the right person, somebody who's going to take the time to talk you through these steps or do the pre-construction with you, and you just go out and try to build, what are you going to do when the county tells you you've got the wrong dirt on your lot? You can't use the dirt that's there. That dirt's not approved. And as a matter of fact, they'll fine you.
Correct.
You cannot bring in the wrong dirt. And that's what we try to do here is educate even the consumer, right? We want this show is for DIYers. It's for people looking to enhance their business, contractors who are looking to get more information. But the bottom line is, as contractors, we're learning every day. We are learning every day. And honestly, I don't think with the way that construction advances are happening, innovation is happening, I don't think that we're ever going to stop growing and learning. And changes are, look at the heat wave that we've got going on top of this. It's 110 degrees with the heat index, right?
Mm-hmm.
And everything that we do is just magnified because of the weather conditions.
Correct.
Well, that's climate change, and now all this technology is happening to make eco-friendly products, and every step we take, there is a new product, a new way to build something, a new way to do it, right? Mm-hmm. And all of this stuff slowly gets implemented into the code book. And you went to a recent code meeting, and were they not talking about the all of the changes just for like, what was it, energy conservation and stuff coming up?
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah, first of all, everybody right now, the majority of them are one code book behind.
Yeah, they operate. So for instance, what Pete is talking about, all of our municipalities in our county, right, is operating. Most of them, I say, are operating out of the 2018. I think we've got one or two that have now jumped over to the 2021. Correct. IRC, but most are operating in the 2018.
Yeah, Orange Beach and Gulf Shores are on the 2021. And the plan is to have everybody, when the 2024 comes out, everybody's going to swap at the same time.
Right.
So everybody's on the same par, same level.
So right now we're kind of bypassing the 2021 in some municipalities, but there's a lot of reason for that. And I think they're trying to reel in, there's just so much change in the 21 compared to the 2018 when it comes to energy code and different things like that.
Correct.
It makes it very hard for the homeowner, the consumer, the builder, the client, like everybody, even the inspectors, to adopt such a large change.
Yep.
There's training that has to take place for the builders, for the inspectors, and so. And you're thinking, well, 2018, it's been 3 years. No, there is a lot involved in building. But that's why I say you never stop learning, because not only, is climate change happening and we're moving into an eco-friendly and environmentally friendly build, but we're moving the code book right along with that.
Correct.
And part of balancing what we do is making sure that as we're building that we're abiding by the code.